जय राम जय कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी जय कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जना वल्लभा जय गिरिवराधारी जय गिरिवराधारी जय गिरिवराधारी जय गोपी जना वल्लभा जय गिरिवराधारी जय गिरिवराधारी राधारी गिरिवराधारी जय यशोदनंदना जय ब्रजजनरंजना जय यशो जय यशोदनंदना जय ब्रजजनरंजना जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज विहारी जय कुंज विहारी जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज विहारी कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी जय राधा जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवराधारी जय गिरिवराधारी जय गोपी गिरिवराधारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी जय हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे राम Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Rama Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Nitai Gaurango Nitai Go Nitai Gaurango Go Nitai Gaurango Gaura Hari Nitai Gaura Hari Gaura Jaya Satchinandana Jaya Satchinandana Gaura Hari, Patita Pavana Gaura Hari, Patita Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare, Hare Rama Jaya Radha Nata Sri Radhe, Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya 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 Prabhupada Jaya Jaya संकीर्तन की जय, जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Today we will discuss from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto. Srila Prabhupada gives a heading of the 4th canto. Anybody remember? Creation of the 4th order. Or secondary creation, you can say. There are 10 subject matter to be discussed in the Purana. There are many types of Purana. Purana is there, Ati Purana is there, Upa Purana and Mahapurana. All are Puranas written by the Vyasa Maharshi. But the 10 Puranas, 18 Puranas discuss about these 10 subject matters. That's why this called Mahapurana. Not every Purana can become Mahapurana. The Kasha Purana is there. It doesn't come under the Mahapurana. It comes under the Upa Purana. Because it doesn't discuss all the 10 subject matter. In the 2nd canto, 9th chapter, 1st verse, Sukadeva Goswami says, how one Purana can be qualified to be Mahapurana. Atra sarga visargascha sthanam poshana utaya manvantarishan kato nirodho mukti asraya. Sarga means primary creation. As is devotee, we have to remember always this verse. And Visarga, secondary creation. Primary creation which is done by Mahavishnu, and secondary creation is done by Brahma, who give that living entity particular body. But all the elements of the body are created by Mahavishnu. 5 working senses, 5 knowledge acquiring senses, 5 sense objects, 5 greater elements, ego, mind, intelligence, and all the demigods, they are given by, created by Mahavishnu. After that he gives, okay, take this one, you give the particular jiva different type of body based on the karma, what type of activity, karma he did in the previous life. The second creation, just Brahma. Atra sarga visargascha sthanam means different planetary systems, their position in the universe. Sthanam portion, how the Lord is taking care of this whole universe. Utaya, creative impetus, 5th chapter. Manvantara, in the one day of Brahma, 14 Manus are there. So what Manvantara, during each Manu, Lord incarnates. That is called Manvantara incarnations. And what that Manu did it? What is the special activity of Manu? And what the pastimes of the particular Lord incarnated in that particular Manvantara? Manvantara Ishan Kato, pastimes of the Supreme Lord. Nirodha, various type of total devastation of the universe, annihilations. 4 types are there that described. Nirodha. Nirodha also devastation. Mukti, liberation. Okay, 9th canto. And if for the liberation, whom should we take shelter? Then 10th canto, Asraya Tattva, Samam Bonus, Srila Prabhupada translated that as a samam vanam. So Ashraya Tattva, what is, we say Bhagavan, God, absolute truth. What is absolute truth? What is the nature? How can we say Krishna is Bhagavan? So 10th canto, when you read it, we understand what is the definition of absolute truth. You can see 10th canto, 2nd chapter, where the demigods are offering the prayers to Krishna in the womb of Mother Devaki. They define the nature of the absolute truth. Satya vratam satya param trisatyam satyasya yonim nehitim cha satye satyasya satyamrita satya netram satyatmakam swam sharanam prapadye. Wonderful definition it is. Huh? So, the 10th canto, when you read, what is Bhagavan? How we open, so we can understand. That's why I say, when you understand the greatness of the opulences of the Supreme Lord is past tense, then automatically, by the time we complete the 10th canto, we become a devotee. That's why Srila Prabhupada knows that he won't be able to complete the 10th canto translation. That's why after translating Bhagavad Gita, he wrote the Krishna, the Supreme Personality Godhead. This is just a prose form of the 10th canto. That's why when you read the 10th canto and or Krishna, Supreme Personality Godhead, we understand what is God, how is God. We can define it, we can explain what Godhead means. So that is how these 18 Puranas are there for, they describe these 10 subject matters. That's why these Puranas come. And again, now Vyasa Maharishi divided these 18 Puranas for different type of people. We cannot expect in the universe all people of the same category. All are the devotee, all are mode of goodness. We cannot expect it. There are people in the completely mode of ignorance and below the mode of ignorance also, and mode of people, passion also there, and mode of goodness. So, different type of people, different understanding, different intelligence also. Therefore, Vyasa Maharishi divided the 6 Puranas meant for the people in the mode of ignorance, 6 Puranas meant for the people in the mode of passion, and 6 Puranas meant for people in the mode of goodness. It is naturally. We cannot take the person in the mode of ignorance to come to the level of the Krishna consciousness. He may come, but for that he has to put a lot of efforts. First he has to develop the knowledge why I should worship Krishna. So, this Mahapuranas are nicely classified by Vyasa Maharishi. The Bhagavad Mahapurana, it comes for the mode of goodness, for the people meant for the mode of goodness. Narada Purana for the mode of goodness. But Skanda Purana, though we read it for that is meant for the mode of people in the mode of passion. Okay. Today we will discuss from 4th canto, chapter 24, chanting the song by Lord Shiva. It is also known as a very Rudra Gita. If you go to Vrindavan sometime, Kartik month, the Bhagavad Katha is going on, then they will talk it as a Rudra Gita. Wonderful verse of prayers. When you have the time, you can read it from 33 to 69. It's just a glorification of Supreme Personal Godhead Krishna, nothing else. The verse 73 today will recite. Te vayam nodita sarve prajasarge prajeshwara anena dhvasta tamasaha sisruchmo vividha praja te vayam nodita sarve प्रजासर्गे प्रजेश्वरा अनेन ध्वस्ततमसः शिश्रुच्मो विविधा प्रजा te vayam nodita sarve praja sarge prajeshwara anena dasta tamasa sisruchmo vividha praja te vayam nodita sarve praja sarge prajeshwara anena dasta tamasa sisruchmo vividha praja. Sarga Vajeshwara Anena Dasta Tamasaha Matajis Devayam Nodita Sarve Praja Sarge Dasta Tamasaha Sisrutmo vida praja te vayam nodita sarve te by him vayam all of us modita Nodita, ordered, survey, all, praja sarge, at the time of creating population, praja ishvara, the controllers of all living entities, anayana, by this, dasta tamasaha, being freed from all kinds of ignorance, Srisruchmaha, we created Vividha, various kinds of praja, living entities. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When all the Prajapatis were ordered to create by Lord Brahma, we chanted these prayers in praise of the Supreme Personality Godhead and became completely free from all ignorance. Thus, we were able to create different types of living entities. Purport. In this verse we can understand that the various types of living entities were created simultaneously at the very beginning of the creation. The nonsensical Darwinian theory of evolution is not applicable here. It is not that intelligent human beings did not exist millions of years ago. On the contrary, it is understood that the most intelligent creature, Lord Rama, was first created. Then Lord Brahma created other saintly sages like Marichi, Bhrigu, Atreya, Vasishtha, and Lord Shiva. They, in their turn, created different types of bodies according to karma. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Kapiladeva told his mother that the living entity gets a particular type of body in accordance with his work, and that this body is decided upon by higher authorities. The higher authorities as appointed by Supreme Personality Godhead are Lord Brahma and all other Prajapatis and Manus. Thus, from the beginning of creation, it can be seen that the first creature is the most intelligent. It is not that so-called modern intelligence has developed by the gradual process of evolution. As stated in Brahma Vaivrutta Purana, there is a gradual evolution process, but it is not the body that is evolving. all the bodily forms are already there. It is the spiritual entity or spiritual spark within the body that is being promoted by the laws of the nature under the supervision of the supreme authority. We can understand from this verse that from the very beginning of creation, different varieties of living entities were existing. It is not that some of them have become extinct. Everything is there. It is due to our lack of knowledge that we cannot see things in their proper perspective. In this verse, the word dhasta tamasaha is very important. For without being freed of the ignorance, one cannot control the certain different types of living entities. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 3:31:1, Daiva Netrena, bodies are awarded under the supervision of the superior powers. How can these superior powers control the evolutionary process of the living entity if they are not free from all imperfections? The followers of the Vedic instruction cannot accept the Darwin theory of evolution, for it is marred by the imperfect knowledge. Om ajnanatimmirandhasya jnananjanashalakaya chachunmilitam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam yena bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanitam Cha Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Desatarini He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. The topic Lord Shiva discussing or preaching to sons of Prachina Bhari or Bharisat, is known as a Bharisat also. The sons name is called Prachetas. 10 Prachetas, 10 sons. Okay? They are also known as a Varun Dev. Present deity of the water is Varun Dev. They are nothing but Prachetas. Okay? So, and this Prachetas coming in the dynasty of Dhruva Maharaj. We all know Dhruva Maharaj. Huh? After many times it is. Now I was looking in the Bhagavatam, gives after how many? The Dhruva Maharaj had 2 sons. One is Utkala, he was not interested in material life. He always meditating on the Supreme Lord from the childhood. He is a devotee like father. And other son Vachara. He took the kingdom. He had 6 sons. Okay, one of the sons Pushparangi, he had many sons. He had 2 wives, 3 sons each. Second wife, Yostha, his son, one of the 3 sons, is Yostha. He had another son, Sarvateja. I am just telling how Pracheta coming at what level it is. Sarvateja's son was Chachusha. The Chachusha is the Manu of the previous Manvantara. We are in 7th Manvantara. What is the name of this Manvantara? You are telling her. Vaivasvata Manvantara. Before that was Chashusha. And the first Manvantara is Swambhu. And second Manvantara? Sarochisha. Third is Tamasa. Fourth Manvantara Uttama. Fifth Manvantara Raivata. Then finally comes to the 6th Manvantara Chashusha. After Chashusha, that Chashusha was son of Sarvateja. Okay. Powerful personality. It means he is coming to the last verse. And we are in 7th, 8th Manvantara. Next Manvantara going to be Savarni Manvantara. After that, remaining all the 6 Manvantaras, they start with the Savarni. Brahma Savarni, Indra Savarni, Agni Savarni, different. Start with the Savarni. Okay. So Chashusha Manvantara, Chashusha had many sons. Okay. One of the sons, out of the 10 sons, he had the Ulnuka. He had 6 sons. Eldest son was Anga, he is a devotee of the Lord. But his wife was daughter of the death personification. That's why when you are marrying also, scripture says that you must see the wife is also of the same character and same clan. Otherwise children will be of. Though Anga was a great devotee of Lord Sri Hari Krishna, but because his wife belonged to the mode of ignorance, the demigod, because of that one her son, their son became, he was envious of the dharma, Sanatana dharma, Vedic dharma. Vena, King Vain. From the beginning only was just a cruel person. Having seen how cruel his son, his father, Anga, in the middle of the night left the kingdom, went, and no one could trace him. Finally, the sages, Saptarishis, made the Vena as a king. Though he is not qualified, there is nobody to control the affairs. But he was so cruel. So finally, again the sages come and try to advise him, but they say, no, I am the God, whom do you worship? Though the sages got angry by their mantra's power, sound energy, they killed him. The sages can do, but who is going to control the royal affairs, kingdom? Then again, the sages came and they churned the dead body of Vena, taking the hand as a churning rod. Then from the body, when they are churning, we should not take the many of the Bhagavatam, what they say, physical meaning. We have to take many times the philosophical approach. Like I said once, that the Prajapati's sons, when they were going on for the austerities, tapasya, Narada Maharshi comes and says, why you are going? My father said it. Okay, what is the purpose of this tapasya? What is the use of that tapasya? And he asked the 4 questions. What is the river which flows the 4 directions? What is that cave, once you go, never you will come back it? Like 4 questions he asked. If you take the physical, material meaning, then we can't get. How can the river flow both sides? Then Narada says, it is the material nature. Because of the material nature, creates and destroys also. So sometimes the Bhagavatam has to be taken a philosophical approach. That's why Krishna says, Janma karma cha me devyam evam yoveti tattvataha. One is the story, By hearing the pastimes of the Lord, our senses get purified, we get attraction to serve the Lord. Then we have to understand the truth philosophically, in truth. So here also, chanting we should not designate that they are chanting the body. So, but the chanting, the another personality appears from the body, that is called Prithu Maharaj. We are very previous chapter talks about Prithu Maharaj, and Prithu Maharaj had a son, great son, Vijitaswa. Also his name is Antardhana. But he was not interested in the royal affairs, so he has given, while he was young, he has given the kingdom to his son Havirdhana. Havirdhana had many sons. One of the eldest son was Bharisat. Bharisat sons were Prachetas. He told his sons that you get married and help me. He was Bharisat also known as a Prajapati. There are many Prajapatis are there. Main Prajapati is Brahma. Then next to him, the Sapta Rishis, 7 sages, Vasishta, Bhrigu, these all also comes under category of the Prajapatis. The Prajapati is also son of Lord Brahma. And here also one more Prajapati, Upa Prajapati you can say it, Bharisat also. And here the 10 sons, he told that you also get married and help me in the creation to populate the universe. Immediately they went for performing the tapasya, austerities. Nowadays marriage means, oh, very nice, I'm getting married. Sit in the marriage, they celebrate. Means before the marriage, one should be able to control the senses. You see, Daksha Prajapati also told his son to go and get married. And when they said, immediately went for tapasya. Unless one is able to control their senses, he should not get married. Then he becomes slave of the senses. In the gone days, our Sanatana Dharma and Vedic Dharma say that one should, though you are married, you should be able to control the senses. That's why they went for going on the way, when going to perform the austerities. On the way, they happened to see there was a great lake, and from the lake, Lord Shiva appears. Seeing the Lord Shiva is very auspicious. Shiva means auspicious, meaning. And when Shiva's darshan is not easy, when you perform austerities for thousands of years, then only one can see the Lord Shiva. Not everybody can see. But the sages, without the Pracheta, didn't even perform any austerities, still on the way, they happened to see Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva, why he come? Because the devotees, Prachetas were devotees of the Lord, they are performing austerities to please the Lord. And therefore, Shiva says that you all are devotees, and the devotees are very dear to me. Atha bhagavata yuyam priya swa bhagavan yatha namad bhagavata nam preyan anyosti karichet. Malte preyan na bhavatam yuyam, you all, you means you all of you, very dear to me. And I am also dear to the Vaishnavas. In the purport Srila Prabhupada writes that Vaishnava nam yatha shambhu. No one can surpass Lord Shiva in meditating on the Lord. When Lord Shiva meditates on Krishna, he closes his eyes and takes thousands of years to come out of the trance. We can't even close eyes for 1 minute. You close eyes for 1 minute, Kumbhakandasana immediately. We sleep. But that Lord Shiva. We have to be very careful not to criticize Shiva. Sometimes I hear people criticize Shiva. It's not proper. At the cost of our devotion. So, he explained, though I say that, I will teach some mantras. If you recite this one, the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna will be very pleased with you. And he will give all benedictions. These are the 30, from 33 to 69, how many it is? Or around 60, 36, 37 verses. All the praise, glorifying Lord Sri Hari. Okay. And end of the last, after glorifying, they say that Why? He said that, Lord Shiva said that first I had this glorification of Krishna from our father, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma, once all the Prajapatis, 9 sages and Shiva, when they were told to create, they said, how to create it? We don't have the sufficient knowledge. Means one should not go for creation unless one has got sufficient knowledge, material and spiritual knowledge. Therefore, that time Lord Brahma spoke of these verses which are very dear to Lord Sri Krishna. So Lord Shiva also said that when all the Prajapatis were ordered to create by Lord Brahma, we chanted these prayers in praise of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and became completely free from all ignorance. That time we don't know how to create the universe, populate the universe, how to create the living entity, because when we chanted by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, we got that all intelligence. In the beginning verse you can see, he was offering prayers to Lord Aniruddha, he was offering prayers to Lord Sankarsana, he was offering prayers to Lord Vasudeva, he was also offering prayers to Lord Pradyumna also. Because if we want intelligence, we have to meditate upon Lord Pradyumna, who is the expansion of Krishna. If I want sense control, mind control, one should worship Lord Aniruddha. So different personalities. So it means one should, to be able to control the mind, to have the intelligence, we should worship the different aspects of the expansions of Lord Krishna. That means, that's why I offered the prayers to the quadruple expansion of Lord Sri Krishna. Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Lord Srila Prabhupada writes that the various type of living entities were created simultaneously. The Darwin says that first created this one, after animal, monkeys, finally it transformed to human being. Our Bhagavatam or Vedic literature doesn't accept it. It is not that intelligent human being did not exist millions of years ago. On the contrary, it is understood that the most intelligent creature, Lord Brahma, was first created. Creation is not that easy. How the things are taking place in our body so systematically. Nowadays people make the robot, they make so many programs right day and night, still they are unable to successfully complete. They were right for one function, one program. But our body does so many functions, spiritual and material function. How many program data could be in our brain? Who wrote it? Big engineer is also, Brahma and Prajapati is also very good software engineers. They wrote so much program, everything goes on. The boys, when they are children, up to the age of 12 years, they don't find, you can practically see, they don't find much difference between boy and girl, they play together. The moment they enter the 13 years, they start automatically, naturally, boys go to the boys and girls do. How that intelligence is given, naturally come up. That's why it's a teenage. So whatever activities is done, the lot of program written by the Lord also, but we can't read the programs. They in their turn created the different. Lord Brahma was the first created, then Lord Brahma created other saintly sages like Marichi, Bhrugu, Atreya, Vasishtha, and Shiva. The 9 sages first created, they are called Saptarishis, 7 sages, and they are the Prajapatis. Yeah. You know, the Bhagavatam third canto also comes up. Prajapati Kardamarshi had the 9 daughters. All the 9 daughters were given in marriage to Saptarishis and Bhrugu and Marichi. So that is how, and they are the base of foundation of the entire creation of different varieties of living entities. They are main Prajapatis. They in turn create a different type of bodies according to karma. We get the body in the Srila Prabhupada also quoting Karna, what is that? Kapila Maharshi teaching to Devavati, said that karmana daiva netrena jantur devopapattaye. So according to our karma, we get the body. Srila Prabhupada quoting the same verse, okay? But under the control, under the supervision of the Supreme Lord. That's why when the devotees engage in the devotional service, when they come to the understanding of Krishna consciousness, when you take the shelter of a guru in parampara, it is not that ISKCON say, its scriptures is there. Those who have done the ISKCON disciple course, you might have come across this verse also. It is taken from the Brahma Skanda Purana. It is a discussion between Lord Brahma, Lord Narayana and Garuda. There it is said that it is quoted in Haribhakti Vilas, which is in the part of the ISKCON disciple course. In the student notes you will get it. Adichitasya vapur sarvam karya nirarthakam Pashyonim avapnoti dichayino mruto nara. People say, oh, you do the good things, sir. Be good work, that you will liberate. No. They say that, Lord Narayan says that. No. Unless you take shelter of a guru in parampara, whatever you good activities you have done, waste it is. It may give the material benefit, not spiritual benefit. And they will enter into animal kingdom. Pashyonim avapnoti dichayino mrutonara. That's why when you taking the shelter of the guru in parampara, very essential. Here also it is the same. Lord Brahma, here Kapila Maharshi says that karmana deva netrana. Lord will take care of the devotees when we take the shelter of the Lord in the guru in parampara. That's why Krishna says in the 6th chapter, Bhagavad Gita 41, 42, what he says? Devotees, when you leave the body, again take the birth in the house of the devotee, you will continue the devotional service where he left in the previous life. But in other than the devotional life, whatever we do, non-initiated devotees, they may be doing good work or whatever it is, when they leave the body, all goes waste. Again, we are controlled by the karma. We have to take birth according to the good karma, bad karma. But the devotee is different. The higher authorities, as appointed by the Lord, Supreme Lord, Brahma, all other Prajapatis and Manus. Thus, from the beginning of creation, it can be seen that first creature is most intelligent, Brahma. There is a gradual evolution process. So, this word gradual evolution process, Srila Prabhupada says, no, it's not the living entities, gradual evolution process is for the devotional bhakti. We can't become pure devotee in one day. It takes our whole lifetime. We all are chanting. How many of us can say that we are chanting 16 rounds purely? Like Prabhupada says, attentive chanting. We are chanting, we are trying. So it is gradual elevation, development. So Srila Prabhupada says that the evolution theory mentioned in the Brahma Purana is not the Darwin theory, but is a evolution of gradual evolution of the devotional bhakti to the living entity. It cannot come in one day. We can understand from this verse that from the very beginning of creation, different varieties of living entities were existing. We can see in the Bhagavatam, first creation, you can read how various type of living entities were there. In this verse, the Lord Dasta Tamasaha is very important. For without being free of the ignorance, one cannot control the creation of different type of living entities. So for the bhakti also, we have to be destroying the ignorance. Tamasa means ignorance. Ignorance of what? Ignorance of our existence. Ignorance of knowledge of the Supreme Lord. Unless ignorance is not there, we cannot become devotee. You can see we try to make the devotee people in the mode of ignorance. And before they come to proper understanding, we take the shelter. After some time, they move away for the money or something. And it becomes very risky for the Guru, anyone who. Okay? When the disciple does the mistake, Guru has to suffer. The last part of the Srila Prabhupada in this life, in this earth planet, once he said also, I should not have taken so many devotees. Because taking the devotee is not easy. You have to one must be ready to take this karma also. If he falls down, Guru will also partly, not entirely. Most of the part, if everyone gives 1% of the bad karma to Guru, what will happen to Guru? Just imagine. We see JPS Maharaj, such highly elevated devotee, Radha Govinda Maharaj, so many ISKCON we are wonderful. We have got very highly elevated devotees in our society. They are suffering because of the disciples does the mistake. When they do, partly Guru has to also suffer. Prabhupada said, if you don't go back, I have to come back again. So are we here to give suffering to Guru, or we want to make our Guru free from the suffering? So here also Srila Prabhupada. So dhasta samasaha, very important, because devotees must be freed from ignorance. That's why Srila Prabhupada introduced. No other organization introduced 4 important activity aspects of the devotional service, bhakti. We have the opportunity to hear Bhagavatam every day. Who does any go to ashram, any ashram, you don't have this opportunity. Now in the Vrindavan, look into ISKCON, other ashrama much also they are practicing, but not the way ISKCON does it. And we are able to chant. We are getting association of Vaishnavas, which is most important aspect of the devotional service. And we are getting opportunity to serve the Lord. We are getting opportunity to serve the Vaishnavas. If you don't serve the Vaishnavas, forget about serving the Lord. In the Adi Puran, Lord Krishna says that, speaking to Arjuna says, the one who is serving me is not my devotee. But who is serving my devotee is my devotee. In the Mukunda Mala Stotra, the Mukunda Vana, the Alvar of the in South India Sri Rangam Sampradaya, Mukunda is Raja Kulashekara says that Bhrutya Tava Bhrutya Bhrutya Bhrutya. He used the 5 times. If I done any pious activity in my life, my Lord, please bless me to take birth as a servant of your pure devotee. A pure devotee never want to be with the Lord. They want that, just let me become a servant of yours. That is the beauty of our Sampradaya, which is Gaudiya Sampradaya. It is. In the Vritasura story also you can see in the 6th chapter, 27, 6th canto, 11th chapter. From 24 27, they define the Dharmartha Kama Moksha for the Vaishnavas. And the 4th one, 27th verse, Lord says, Mamottama shloka janesha sakhyam samsara chakre bhavatam sakarmabhi tvanmayaya atmajadaragir asakti chittasya nanata bhuyad. Vritasura, when Indra took his Vajra, the thunderbolt, to kill Vritasura, he should have been afraid of it, though I will be killed. But within that thunderbolt is seeing the Lord Sankarshan, because he is the worshipable deity. Sankarshan is none but Krishna. And he is offering prayers. Indra thought that, am I killing a demon or am I killing a devotee? Sometimes he is the demon, but he is offering such a wonderful prayers to Krishna. Mamattamaslega janesh sakyam samsara chakre bhamtam. My Lord, according to my karma, I may take any type of birth. See, not asking that, don't allow me to become an animal. But he says, let me take any type of birth according to my karma. But please bless me to take birth as an animal or man in the house of a devotee, your pure devotee. Means the association of the pure devotee is more important than even the Vaikuntha. Huh? That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says what in the Shishtastakam? Mama janmani janmanishwar bhavatad bhakti rahayuti kitari. Vaikuntha is nothing in front of the devotional service. Srila Prabhupada also stress on that point. So, here also, that is, only when one is completely clear of the ignorance, then only one can properly sit in devotional service. We cannot say that I am always in the mode of goodness. Yes, there are devotees. But sometimes Krishna says, sometimes we are in the mode of goodness, sometimes we are in the mode of ignorance, mode of passion also. In the night we all are sleeping. That is the mode of ignorance. Prabhupada said, what he said? Sleeping is the waste of time. It means we are also in ignorance the night when you are sleeping. A pure devotee like Prabhupada, you can see, hardly used to sleep. Time. The followers of Vedic instruction cannot accept the Darwin theory. So we stop here. So any question? Welcome. Mataji.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the wonderful class. You were saying that Aniruddha is in charge of the mind and Pradyumna is in charge of the senses. So I was wondering what Vasudeva and Sankarshan is in charge of.
I'm not getting. Can okay. Come here. Because the sound comes from here, sound comes here.
I was wondering, you said that Aniruddha is in charge of the mind, yes, and Pradyumna in charge of the senses and intelligence. And Vasudeva, I was wondering what Vasudeva is in charge of, and Sankarshan.
Super soul.
Vasudeva is the super soul, and Sankarshan?
Ego.
Okay. You can say in the mic for the other listeners.
Mataji is just asking, I said that Aniruddha is controller of the mind. There are two aspects in the universe and in our body. If you see the mind control, mind is precise deity of the mind in the material point of view, moon, Soma, Manaso Chandrama Jayate. But we are in the spiritual aspect, we are Vaishnavas, we depend on the mercy of the Lord. So we have to meditate on the Lord's expansion. Without spiritual authority, material world cannot work it. Body cannot work without the soul and super soul. Universe cannot become big without the presence of the super soul. In the creation process you can see, when the universe came, then Lord has to enter into the body of all the living entities and the universe, then it started expanding for 1,000 years, then the universe completed. So there are two aspects, material aspect also there, spiritual aspect. Intelligence controller, material point of view, Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma in charge of prajna, intelligence. And Lord Shiva is precise deity of ego, false ego. And precise deity of the material point of view, mind is also Chandrama. Okay. But in the spiritual way, precise deity of the ego, Sankarshan. That's why Lord Shiva meditate on Sankarshan. And when we meditate on Sankarshan, we come to the real ego. Three: ego, false ego, and real ego. Then, when we meditate on Lord Pradyumna, we get the proper intelligence of engage in service. The mind control is very difficult. But when you meditate on Lord Aniruddha, he helps us to mind control. Lord Aniruddha also, sun god, when you say Surya Narayan, is present in that for the sun also Aniruddha. That's why scripture says that one should always see the sun and meditate. It is non-different from Krishna. Non-intelligent person, simple persons, then okay, you are Surya Narayan, worship it. Just pay obeisances. So that is how gradual Vedic system says that without having any knowledge, just to do something, you will get it. Okay. And stop here? Okay. Oh, Prabhuji.
On the internet recently, many people put that there's evidence and different places in the world, they say that beings came from other planets to populate the earth. And Christian groups don't care for that, but according to this verse, we don't have any problem with that, do we? According to this verse, the Prajapatis were sent here to create life here.
Devotee have no problem anywhere.
Is what?
Devotee have no problem. Whatever the Lord Krishna make us to
Yes,
take birth.
no, but we already know that. That's
Yes.
something new they're finding out.
But
But
not-
some of those Visargas must be big, because I was reading
Other people, they don't know this.
where Krishna told Brahma, he showed him the other Brahmas, and some had 10 heads, and some had 1,000 and 10,000, up to 10 million heads. Those must be big universes to need 10 million heads.
Lord's creation, it is beyond our imagination.
But I guess I won't worry about that. I'll just worry about my service here and going back to be with Prabhupada and Krishna in the main planet, the Krishna Loka planet. I don't have to worry about the other Brahmas,
No,
do
no.
I? Okay, good.
You don't have to worry yet.
They don't.
That is for people who want to be in the heaven planet like that.
They never ask me for help, so I won't worry about it.
Our goal is going back home.
What would a Brahma with 10 million heads need to ask help for me from?
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
You know how to turn this one off? You know how to turn this one off?